look at them boots. She's gone country, back to her roots. She's gone country, a new kind of suit. She's gone country.
So in the break, they brought out the heart defibrillator things to restart my heart after I got beckled in the previous block. Bob, do you want to explain what you were trying to do?
I thought you really were upset with this guy for doing it, so I thought I was doing a good thing. But then you said to me in the break, you said, how could you possibly have done that? I really liked the guy a lot. I give speeches with it. It was one thing that he said. So I misread it. I thought you thought he was a jerk, and you think he's a great guy. Now you think I'm a jerk. So there you go.
Okay, so now that we got that cleared up, we're going to talk about how intolerant liberals are. Okay, so get this. So Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg and his wife are going to host a fundraiser in Palo Alto for New Jersey Republican Governor Chris Christie. When that news broke, the Democrats were really upset about it, as if Mark Zuckerberg doesn't have a right to have a fundraiser for anyone on the planet, let alone a moderate Republican from New Jersey. And so the DGA, the Democratic Governors Association, put a post on Facebook with a link to an online petition called Stop Zucks Christie Fundraiser. I don't know if anyone in the higher up, Andrea, would have seen this idea for this petition, because today the DGA pulled it back after, I think, some embarrassment. Zuckerberg can have a fundraiser for anybody he wants.
They looked really stupid when I saw this. But, I mean, it's a bigger theme, though, of liberal intolerance. They love diversity, but not diversity of thought. And it's their theme, right? Everybody make way, get out of the way of the government. Government's coming through, people. Conservatives are different. We don't care when people have different ideas. We don't do silly boycotts like you saw with Chick-fil-A. You don't see Republican mayors trying to ban businesses for their points of view. And universities are the worst. I think they're supposed to be the marketplace of ideas. I spoke at one school. I'm glad I didn't tell Bob what that was. He probably doesn't remember, so he can't out it. I won't give them any more PR. But when I left the school after a speech, they put out a statement, the university apologizing for what I said, and they held a seminar with students to talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
That maybe I would have hurt them.
Make sure I get this
So
right.
much for free speech.
All liberals, here's what's we get.
all
Liberals are
liberals,
like this,
Bob.
and all conservatives like to see different points of view. Is that true on gay marriage? Is that true on immigration? Is that true on guns? I mean, if anybody is not accepting of somebody else's point of view, it's the conservatives.
Well, it turns out that there was a poll that was done about people and their tolerance levels on social media. And turns out that a lot of people think that they have a diverse viewpoints on their Facebook or Twitter pages. But, Eric, liberals were more likely to block people who they disagreed with than conservatives were.
Oh, boy. The liberals on my Facebook and Twitter are pretty intolerant. I mean, you say one wrong thing and they're just down your throat. I remember the first week of this show, I said, you know, there were no terrorist attacks under George Bush's watch on American soil, and they went ballistic. Now, they said, oh, you idiot, 9/11 happened under George Bush. And I said, you know, I had to come back the next day and say, listen, you moronic liberal SOBs. I was in 9/11. I was in the building in 93 and 9/11 when the buildings were attacked. I know all about it. I meant since then. The point here being liberals are clearly more intolerant than Republicans. But can we talk about Zuckerberg for 1 second?
Sure.
Zuckerberg pledged $200 million to the state of New Jersey if they were to reach certain goals for schools. Education grants to the state of New Jersey. They hit it. $200 million from Zuckerberg. $200 million comes from a matching grant. Why would liberals be so intolerant that they don't want more of that? That's something that they should want more, not less.
The reason they pulled it back is very simple. They don't want to get him infuriated because he gives a lot of money to Democrats. And the stupid thing to do is attack the guy for doing this fundraiser.
In the old days, you used to just call up and yell at him, right, Bob, instead of putting a post on Facebook?
Well, no, we used to put fire things in his garbage.
Let me ask Greg, do you want to talk about intolerant liberals, Mark Zuckerberg, or Bobby Jindal?
I want to talk about everything.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. My theory is that the left holds an axe over the right's head or their friends on the right, and it's called social acceptance. If you want to go to the right parties, if you want to, especially in New York City or in California, if you want to be accepted and avoid ridicule, be like us. It's a form of social bullying. It's been around forever. And in a weird way, America's accepted it because we see cool Trump's character. Liberals also are more intolerant because they have a louder megaphone. They have the news meeting TV. They've got Hollywood academia. All the right has are people like me, knuckle-dragging hooligans who are working to try to keep their families together.
Don't forget mouth breathers.
I'm a mouth breather. Right. And we don't have the benefit of latte machines at home, so it's no contest that we lose.
I see that the conservatives don't hold over the head of the liberals. The idea that you are you wanted gun control, that's the NRA's your partner in that.
Wait.
On gay marriage, you guys are
that's
the worst.
That's a bipartisan issue, guys.
Wait a minute, but see, you're confusing two things. You're confusing a debate with a refusal to have a debate. I can debate anybody over gun control and accept your views because I think you're wrong. As Dennis Prager says, the left can't do that because they think the right is evil. There's no debate coming from the left if you're evil.
Besides on gay marriage, he makes the best case for conservatives to be for gay marriage. You do.
I just don't think this gets back to the question of painting all the leftists. I don't think all the left is intolerant like that.
I don't think anyone at this table said every single liberal
yes, you say it all the time.
But it's a trend.
Liberals
and
are.
The reason we're talking about it with Facebook is because the Governors Association pushed around a private business owner. This is what we see in the government. We have an administration run by Democrats that tries to tell them what health care to buy, tries to tell them how much taxes they should spend, how much they should keep. They're bullying business owners. They're bullying private citizens, and this is a perfect example of that. It's what liberalism is based on, Bob.
You say, if the number of times I said liberals here didn't quantify it.
Who should I talk? What do you want to talk? Pygmies?
Watch it.
If you think the NRA is not bullying people, you don't think they're bullying people on guns?
It's a discussion about a group. We can have a discussion about a group. I remember you calling Tea Party group.
No, but it's not even about that. It's about how people talk about things. That's what we're talking about. A conservative, because they're often on the defense, are more interested in debating. Take something like global warming. If we debate global warming, you will call me a flat earther. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call you a name.
And you say that weather doesn't that climate and weather are unrelated, and then he says you're stupid.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm willing to debate. But the other side, the left, is more willing to denigrate and make fun of you because they believe they're part of the great.
Although I would call you a warmer.
Yeah. Okay. I never called you stupid.
You're the king of name calling when there's people that don't agree with you.
That's true, but I also have to understand to break through. I'm slightly outnumbered, and I don't consider conservatives to be warm and fuzzy-hearted the way you all do.
Unlike
how
me.
Dare you?
The warmest and fuzzy-hearted you ever met.